Hi, Earthlings. Hello, Earth girls and boys and gays and all in between. My name is Zeron. I'm from planet Zera. I have came to Earth today to talk about Earth boys. It's not as if they're already in the center of this world already. No, no, no. I need to talk about them right now. In all seriousness, though, this makeup look is a result of pure frustration. This was not planned. I was supposed to be a cute flower child, but instead I ended up looking like a frosty blue alien chick from outer space, who so happens to also be a robot. Anywho, if you guys have seen my last video, go watch it now if you have not seen it, please. I ask kindly, so you have no choice but to do it. I mentioned in that video that I have a thing for villains. These are the type of characters that I end up having a crush on whenever I read a book or watch a movie or any sort of media like that. I was chatting with my bestie and I told her that a lot of my fictional crushes end up being bad guys, villains, or just straight up, murderous, as I mentioned in my last video. Go watch it, please. Help a girl out and get her more views. She told me they all can't be that bad. And I replied with, I need to make you a chart, girl, because they are all that bad. And with her permission, she said it right there, I have results that I can make a YouTube video charting all of the guys that I have crushes on. However, since I have so many, and this is like years of fandom, I cannot remember a lot of them, especially the ones that were kind of insignificant or lasted only a few months or weeks. So instead of ranking all of them, I ran through my memories and tried to pick out the ones that I remembered the most. To me personally, a lot of them are just straight up unhinged. So I decided to just take all the ones that I remember and rank them by how crazy they are. I want to say that this video is a safe space for all the unhinged girlies like me. All the girls who looked at Michael Myers and said, yeah, I can put a ring on that finger. And when I mean girlies, I mean everybody. This is girlies as in gender neutral. Yeah. If you guys do enjoy this video, please leave a like. Don't enjoy this video and walk away without giving me something. A like would be very appreciative, if you enjoyed it, that is. And leave a comment. I would love, 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 because I'm nosy, to know which characters you had a crush on. Who do you have in your head, girl? I want to know. Share with the group. It's a safe space. Don't worry. We're not going to judge you. Just a little, though. JoJo! First up, Dio Brando from the series JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm going to say this now. Everything that happened in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is completely avoidable. I'm not talking about like the rest of the parts. I'm talking about part 1. If you guys have not seen the series, spoilers, okay? Dio did not grow up in a nice environment. I'm talking about the streets of 1800 London. Not only was he raised in the streets, his dad was also terrible. I'm talking alcoholic and likely abusive. We notice that Dio is not necessarily a straight guy himself, meaning that he is willing to get blood on his hands to get what he needs, because he's always on survival mode. In order for him to get away from his daddy real quick, he slowly poisoned his father. They're poor, ain't no one's gonna check why he died, so he basically got away with murdering his father. Dio was given a chance to have a better life. I'm talking his dad robbed a rich guy, and the rich guy thought he was saving his life, so he made a promise like, whatever you need, you can come to me, I will do it for you. And that, while the dad was dying, he said, Dio, go to this rich family house, whatsoever, take advantage, yada, yada, yada. Instead of Miss Dio being like, you know what? I've lived a hard life. This is finally my turn to live on the lap of luxury, have a good time. They have a son, so I might get along. I have a brother to have fun with, be an actual child. No, he did the complete opposite and become a menace, torturing and tormenting the main protagonist throughout the entire series. We're not dealing with the most level-headed guy, right? All right. He is evil. But he has that charm, He knows how to charm his way to people's heart. He's a great manipulator. He gets fanboys. He gets fangirls. Dio gets straight guys to think, man, I might do some little experimenting here and there. I don't mind as long as it's you. That's the type of energy Dio has. He has everyone wrapped around his fingers. And I don't want to hear no one in the comment section like, I don't like Dio. I don't care. So you might be looking at his fit like, seriously, really? Do you see his fit? Do you see his shoes? How do you find this guy attractive? You gotta watch the show yourself, my man, and you'll know what I mean. Dio has a lot of baby mamas and he's a deadbeat dad, but I would glad. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. My mom watches my video. He turned a mom into like a zombie vampire and made her eat her own baby. If that does not say that this man has a black heart, I don't know what does. You might be saying, girl, what else is there to Dio that you like? He's sexy. First of all, the fan art. Y'all make Dio look too scrumptious for my liking. I could be sitting down here like, my goodness. I could watch these pictures for hours. It's a piece of artwork. Mona Lisa who? Nah. Dio Brando fan art. It hurts my heart that he is not real. Actually, I don't want Dio to be real. If you see the series, we don't want this man to be real. Though if he did decide to change his life and become a better man, I wish he would be real. So on the level of 1 to 10, how unhinged is Dio? Like a 5 or a 6? He's around one of those two. Though he's like purely evil and not right, I think a 6 would be good for Dio because he does have plan. He has a plan. He's not going in guns blazing. He actually does plan out his attacks, whether it be manipulating people like puppets and have them do his bidding. You know, he has something in mind, even though it all goes wrong at the end. He has something there. He's unhinged, but still has his brain intact. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. That was Dio Brando of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. If you guys have seen the show, tell me in the comment section who's your favorite. Which villain is your favorite? Tiki Toby. I was so into creepypasta when I was younger. Like, I think around 12 or 13. Around those age, I was deep into the creepypasta fandom. And I'm not talking about the genuine scary story. I'm talking about the sexy boys. The sexy serial killer boys aside of the creepypasta fandom I was in. We're talking about Emo Jeff the Killer, Eyeless Jack, Masky, whosoever else is inside the house of Slenderman. I was there for it. Key Toby just so happened to catch my eyes. To tell you how deep I was in love, infatuated with Toby, I had him as my Facebook banner one time for like a couple hours until my mom told me to change it because she's like, who is that? No, not a chance. Take it down right now, girl. Now, how did I find Tiki Toby? I would say he's more niche than the other killers that were super popular in the creepypasta fandom. I have no idea how I landed on him. Genuinely, I don't remember. My lore with him runs deep. I read so many fan fiction with him. I think on like the same level that my crush with Megatron was, I was reading fan fiction of this guy. I made a whole creepypasta OC just to ship her with Tiki Toby. Her name was Shay. She got into the House of Slenderman because she asked.
Embarrassing!
Listen, there was no backstory. She was purely made to be shipped with Tiki Toby. There is nothing else. And also Clockwork was jealous of her. I miss the old days where I could just make OCs however I wanted to without fear of being judged. Those were the good times, okay? I bravely showed that OC to my friends and they will be like, thank you, bestie. Thank you for being there with me, even though it was so ridiculous that I made a whole creepypasta OC simply to be shipped with a man. And I would do it again for a check, period. You cannot stop me. What can you do? Judge me in the comment section? That's not gonna stop me from making another OC of whatever fandom I'm in just to be shipped with the character that I really like. I will do it again. On the level of 1 to 10, how unhinged is Tiki Toby? Tiki Toby as a character is basically what Hollywood does to people with mental illness. This person has so many mental illness, so they became a killer. That's how I remember his story, at least. I only read his backstory to accurately portray him in my own fan fictions when I was younger, which I never published, and you guys will never see it because they're all deleted. On a scale of 1 to 10, how unhinged is Tikitobi? As the creator describes him, many mental disorders, so yeah, he's crazy. A 9. These creepypasta killers are all basically like, all just crazy. Lost their, like some tragic events happened and then they all just lost their minds. They were all bully victims, something tragic happened and they all lost their minds. That's their whole characteristic. There's no turning away from that. Once you make a sexy, gaunt looking killer, creepypasta killer, they're all the same. They all kind of have the same backstory. Kinda. Kinda. Don't come after me. I don't know if there's still creepypasta fangirls out there, but don't come after me, okay? I was 12. Anyways, moving on. That's all I gotta say about Tikitobi. Intersection Bishonen or Crossroads Pretty Boy. I know a lot of you Jinji Ito girls definitely jumped out of your seats with joy when you hear this name. What do we know about this character? That he is the biggest hater in that town. Your misery is his joy. Your joy is his misery. You come up to that crossroad and you ask a question as in, will I ever find love? He will hit you. Your love will never bear fruit. He's that type of person. What do we know about him? Where does he come from? We don't know. That's the beauty of Junji Ito's story. We have no idea where all of these evil things come from majority of the time. And that is the same thing for this character. Why do I like him? The whole point of his creation is for him to be pretty. You know, he's a pretty tall guy. Actually, we don't know anything about this guy. We don't know where he came from, what his purpose is, who he was before he became this evil spirit. Nothing. At least that's what I can remember when I read the story. That was like 4 or 5 years ago when I read the story, and I did not reread it for this video. I am so organized. I'm a great YouTuber, guys. All we know about this guy is that he's ginormous. He is towering over people. He is dressed in all black. The most visible part of this guy is his face. That's all we see, his empty eyes, pale face, red lips, well done hair, and his earrings. He was made to be pretty. That's his whole creation. For you to feel like, oh, he's so cute. Maybe he'll be like, oh, girl, you looking for love? I am that love, you know? Hit you with that risen. I'll never say that word ever again. No, instead his words is made to kill you. I'm not joking. This guy is here for you to die. All right? He wants you dead. He wants you part of his death harem, all right? Every girl that came across this guy, any person that came across this guy and they ask for their fortune, he makes sure that you are going to not be breathing the next day. You're probably thinking, "Hey girl, how on earth can you like a spirit? You tell us everything negative about this guy. Why on earth did your heart beat for him?" He's tall. That's kind of it. He's tall. I have no idea because all of the panels that he's in, it's very creepy and it's unsettling. So why do I have a crush on him? I don't know. However, I was prepared for me to download the app Identity V just for him. I wanted to play that game so bad because I said that my man is in that game and I must play it right now. But for some reason, every time I try to download it on any of my phones, it just does not work. It's either the app will refuse to function or it will take like forever to download. So I have never got the chance of playing Identity V, aka I cannot be with my man. I'm sure that's God saying no. On the scale of 1 to 10, how unhinged is his spirit? He is literally an evil spirit. He is further than a 10. He surpassed the 10. Like his whole purpose, you will never ever see him elsewhere besides walking past a crossroad. That's it. We don't know anything about this guy. He is just pure evil. So yeah, he's further than a 10, all right? Evil and hot. What does that say about me? Is this video telling about my character that I will let you pass if you're hot? Anyways, hi. It's the next day. A family member came home early yesterday and I got too shy to continue recording my video. So we're here with a new makeup look. What do you guys think? This time, this look was not fueled by pure anger and frustration because I couldn't get the results that I wanted to the first time. No, 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 my friend. This one actually had thoughts, and I was patient and not being skittish and freaked out with bunch of anxiety eating away at me because anyways, you're not here to listen to me about my makeup problems. You just want to hear about the men. The men, right? You're here for the men. You want to hear me talk about my very weird and strange type of guy. I don't know why I hesitated there.
If I wanted to hurt anyone here, I would have done so already.
Alistair. Everyone's favorite boy from Has Been Hotels, Vivzy Pop, Tumblr, Sexy Man, Coding Man, because we all know that he was going to be the favorite ever since we first saw him. Like, look at him. Tell me that this is not a man created for the girls to thirst after. I have been a fan of Vivzy Pop years ago when she was doing speed paints online, girl. I was there for the creation of some of these characters. Did I know their backstory? No, I only cared about her artwork. And also, I occasionally go back to that one music video with the Kesha song and that fox. Like, that's the first video that I seen from her, and I could not stop. I was addicted to it, girl. It is a masterpiece of an animation, and no one will change my mind about it. Anywho, Alistair. For some reason, I have soft spots for cannibals. Take that as you will. I will not elaborate on it. Alistair, why do I like him? First of all, he has a charming smile. Well, creepy. It's creepy. It's supposed to make you feel unsettled. Like, why are you smiling? What are you thinking about? Can only tell your emotions via your eyes, and I'm not that good at reading emotions. Why are you always smiling? What are you thinking about behind that head of yours? Evil. He's always thinking about some evil stuff. Do we know it yet? No. But do we know that he's evil? Yes, look at him, girl. I loved Alistair from day one when the pilot came out. I loved his voice. I loved his vibe. I mean, the voice is what really got me into it because I never heard something like that. The only distortion I say I've ever heard in a cartoon character was him from the Powerpuff Girls. Whenever he talks, is just pure echo and it makes you uncomfortable. With Alistair is like radio. He's from the 1930s or 20s or something like that. So his voice has some radio statics to it. And I love that. I just adore hearing him talk. When he's on screen, he takes up the presence, girl. He is that girl. He is the it girl of Has Been Hotel, and no one can change my mind. I just really hope that the mystery that they're building up with him actually pays off because I will be so disappointed if Alistair just ends up being some kind of lackluster villain. Hold on. I came to him because he feels like that classic Disney villain where he's evil because why not? It doesn't matter if he has like some kind of strong motives behind it, some unique, deep motive behind what he's about to do. I just want to have fun seeing him on screen, okay? Give me that type of villain. He better be that type of villain. This is not a critique on Has Been Hotel. I just hope that my boy will end up being just as good for the next season, okay? So I heard that he's like black or half black. I don't know because I'm not doing any research. All of the information that I want should be coming from the show, okay? I'm too lazy. But I heard that he's one of my people. For his backstory, when he was in the human world, he was like a serial killer cannibal guy who so happens to practice voodoo. All I gotta say is if he is black, he better have been an activist back in the day, girl. I want him to be like a black activist who got tired of trying to speak to the white folks and he went, you know what? We tried to reason with the white people, but they will not listen. So instead, I'm just going to eat them. That is my form of justice, girl. I'm going to devour the white population. Like, go off, queen. I mean, it's not necessarily a good thing to do, you know. They might just use that against us, but I guess go off. Be the cannibalistic justice for the black folks. Black power, I guess. So yeah, that's my fan fiction on Alistair. He was just frustrated at trying to talk to the white folks and became a cannibalistic activist. On a scale of 1 to 10, how unhinged is Alistair? It's definitely a 10. Alistair is crazy, okay? In the show, it looks like he has his head on his shoulder. You have to be a crazy man to commit cannibalism, okay? Ain't no one waking up one day and decided, you know what? I feel like eating human flesh. That will make like a good, healthy breakfast for me. No one does that. So that's all I have to say about Alistair.
Disgusting.
Megatron. Even robots are not safe from my wrath. I go after anyone, no exceptions. Unless they are minor, then no, I will not go after them. That's weird. Megatron, the Autobots' enemy, the leader of the Decepticons, the robot who literally wants to wipe out my kind, humankind. My mom is definitely looking at this like, what? Megatron? You mean the movie that we're both super fans of, the Transformers? Girl, what type of feelings did you have while we were watching the movies together? Please tell me. I don't want to know. Don't worry, Mom. I was too young to even understand my own feelings back in the day when the movies were going out. All right? Oh, Megatron. Why do I like Megatron? Why do I like Megatron? You see, not even I know myself. I don't even understand my own feelings. How on earth did I look at this genocidal robot and said, yeah, I like you? I don't know, but I also like Optimus Prime. I mean, all the girlies out there will be like, oh, girl, I understand. Optimus? We can all get on our knees and ask him to marry us, okay? Everyone likes Optimus. And also, there are girlies who like Megatron. I've seen the fan art. Some of y'all are a bit too much, even for me. Megatron. I like his design in both the cartoons and the. I like his design, not necessarily the movies, but in the cartoons. I watched like the Transformers. What it was, I can't remember, but the modern version of his design, not the 80s or 90s version. I watched that, and I've been liking Megatron since in both the movies and the TV show. He's my boo. I don't care if he's literally just hundreds of pounds of metal. I can handle him. And take that information as you will. I can handle Megatron. In a relationship, I mean. Wherever your mind went to, girl, why? What? He's a robot. What is wrong with you? On a scale of 1 to 10, how crazy is Megatron? I believe that he was created purely evil. Well, not necessarily. Can Megatron be like considered a gray area because he wants to rebuild his home planet? Forgot what his home planet was called. Whatever. He wants to like rebuild that place, right? So he's not technically in the wrong. Like he's just moving on pure survival instinct. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been so long since I interacted with the Transformer fandom. I can't remember anything. Let me move on before all of these Transformers connoisseur historians whatever come at me in the comment section like actually you're wrong. Megatron is I don't care. I don't care. He's hot, and I can handle him. Moving on. Drifting back into the anime territory. It's in the Otome world, can you guess? The show is notorious for being really bad and all the characters are being terrible. And the main character is annoying and she keeps tripping over herself no matter what. Can you guess? It's Diabolic Lovers. Diabolic Lovers, whatever you call it. That show, yes. Can you guess which brother? It's Kanato. Kanato. When I was 14, Kanato was my husbando, and I was hard for this man. I drew him all the time in my sketchbooks. He was my boo. This man was my world. I adored Kanato. He was my everything. And I know all of you who saw Diabolic Lovers are like, really? Of all the brothers, you took that one? I know, girl. When I look back at my Diabolic Lovers phase, I am like, really, why him? I have an excuse for it, okay? I have an excuse on why I chose Kanato out of all the other brothers, right? It's because back then I was very into Lolita fashion, never got to participate. That's such an expensive hobby. Like, oh my gosh, gotta have some money before doing anything Lolita related. Anyways, I was super obsessed with Lolita, right? And I had a fixation because not too long after Diabolic Lovers, I went back into the fandom of Black Butler and I realized how much I really loved the way CL dressed. I love the like Lolita inspired look he's going on with, you know? So Kanato he's not fully into it, right? His outfits has some inspiration, some hints of something very cute and delicate and doll like. So I was instantly hooked by him. On top of that, before I got into the show or even tried my best to do some research to find the translated scripts from the dating game, I liked him because I was obsessed with yanderes. That should not become a surprise, girl. Look at the title of the video. Look at the men who I'm talking about. If you're surprised that I was into yanderes, then girl, you need to open your eyes more or open your ears. I was really into yanderes, and my introduction to his character and the show in general was a fan fiction, a yandere fan fiction, an ex-reader fan fiction. I really got into his character, so I mistook him as a yandere character. And Kanato, at least from the show, because I cannot remember for the life of me if they even finished translating all of the Otome game. He's not necessarily a yandere character. I don't think he's a yandere character. He's just weird and clingy. He's just weird. He's weird. He's a weird boy. All of them are weird, but he's weird. Even when I found out that he's not necessarily a yandere, because homegirl here is a yandere scholar, okay? I am a vampire scholar and a yandere scholar. I love me my yandere men, okay? Even to this day. I try to deny it, but I love them, all right? So Kanato kind of fit the mold of what I liked at the time. He looked cute. He had that creepy cute quality to him. Just like a little side note, I made a whole video about aesthetics that I used to love back in the day. You guys can watch it, and creepy cute was mentioned, and Kanato fit that bill. He looked cute, but also he kind of has that yee vibe to that's why I really love Kanato. So I was just going along with anything and I was like, I want him so bad. This is 14-year-old me, right? Not me now, okay? I want him so bad. He's like, we can be like a big Lolita couple. Yeah, that's like my introduction to Kanato and why I liked him so much is because of his style. And I was kind of hoping that his whole fit would be like Lolita inspired, but his casual outfit is it's adorable. That's it. I can't deny. Diabolic Lovers is a bad show. It's my guilty pleasure. I do go back to watch it sometimes and cringe every single second. Gosh, that show is such a hard watch and I cannot help but torture myself and rewatch it. If I had to watch the show now, right? But they're all underage, which I hate. Another side note. I'm tired of anime giving us high school age characters. I want adults. Give me adults. Homegirl wants to thirst after adults, not high schoolers. I can't, half of the anime that I watched back then, I can't even look at them, my crushes the same way anymore because they're all stuck at being minors. Oh, the misery. Okay, back on topic. If I had to watch the show now, it would Kanato be my husbando? No. No. Which one would I take? No one. I actually don't feel anything for nobody. I should make a whole video about Diabolic Lovers because you can tell that I still love it even though I know it's bad and terrible. I love that show. I can't help it. We all have our guilty pleasures and that show is one of them. On a scale of 1 to 10, how crazy is Kanato? He is crazy. I mean, his childhood also contributed to that. If you guys know, you know, his mom sucks. I hate her. Drama kind of made him the way he is. I think there's a scene where he straight up admitted to turning previous sacrifices into dolls, right? He had a whole doll room full of women. So he's pretty crazy, like an 8? I know, because like, hold on, didn't you just mention that he turned girls into dolls? Yes, I know, but my I can fix him mentality is going crazy, okay? I believe that with therapy, Kanato can change. I can fix him. I swear I am not crazy. I can fix I don't wanna be me. Vincent St. Clair from the House of Wax 2008. I'm gonna let this one settle in because I know my mom is probably like, huh? Okay, the others I guess, but this one, What is it? What did you see about him? I don't know. This is a trend, right? Do you notice that I have no idea why I myself even like half of these characters? I don't know, girl, because Vincent doesn't talk. We barely see him throughout the movies. We mostly see his brother Bo more than him. So why on earth cute girl like me saw this man in this creepy wax mask and said, "Yeah, I like him. I can propose." I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe because he's like an art boy, right? And art boys, they're soft boys, you know? They have feelings. They're so deep. They're so symbolic. Girl, his art is people. He literally turns people into wax statues. Yeah, I mean, he needs to serve some time in jail, but when he's out, I can be there. I can be the one to guide him into. Yeah, it's the I can fix him mentality once again. I see this man and I say, I can fix him. I can fix him. All I have to do is get him away from his brother. Let him see the light. I can take care of you, Vincent St. Clair. You're not ugly. You're not ugly. You're beautiful, okay? I love you.
Embarrassing.
Somebody help me. I have a problem. Let me explain, okay? There was this scene, right, in the movie. He was chasing after one of the characters, okay, with a knife. And the character falls, like falls flat on his face. He's gonna die. We all know. We all see it coming and we're all waiting for it because Loki kind of deserved it. Then in that scene, he pulls.
What the hell?
In that scene, right, the Vincent chasing after him, and Vincent pulls out two knives, double knives. And not me blushing at a character's death. No, 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 no. Oh no, there's no explanation for this. I have no excuse. How can girl, I need to move on before I get myself in trouble. All I gotta say is Vincent and Bo would make great slasher characters. You guys know the game Death by Daylight? If you don't know, do your own research, okay, girl? I have not played that game. I've only seen live streams of people playing it, and it looks fun, but also very annoying at the same time. If the creators ever decide to add Bo or Vincent to the game, most likely Vincent because he fits more of the aesthetic of that world. If they decide to ever add Vincent to that game, I will spend my money on it, girl. Literally, same thing for the previous guy. You remember him? How I said I was going to download Identity V just for one character. I do the same for Vincent St. Clair, okay? Add him in Death by Daylight, and I will be buying that game in an instant. And on top of that, I'm making requests as if I got any power here. I'm a nobody. I would be so happy if they made like a typo negative reference if they add him to the game. Because, on gosh, all of my typo negative fangirls out there, when you saw that picture, you thought, he kind of looks familiar to somebody. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. What song could they add from Typo Negative if they added him to the game? That's my fan fiction again, a hopeful world that I will see Vincent St. Clair in Death by Daylight. On a scale of 1 to 10, how crazy is Vincent? The backstory showed that they are not from. They're triplets, by the way. I think triplets or twins and an older brother. I can't remember the family dynamic. They are not from a stable household, so that's on top of that. Add some kind of issues there. Two, Vincent was conjoined with his brother Bo. Add another top of that. He was also disfigured when they separated them. So add on top of that a possible chance of feeling isolated and stuff because kids are mean. They will look at him and be like, ah! Add on top of that, Vincent has a dependent attitude on his brother Bo, and his brother Bo mistreats him. Issues on top of that again. So yeah, this man has some issues. He's gonna have some issues. But with a lot of therapy and a lot of love, I can fix him. On a scale of 1 to 10, how crazy is Vincent? He's a 7? I know because the whole movie is kind of crazy and wild. This guy is a killer. He's a 7, okay? I believe that you can. Listen, guys, listen. You gotta hear me out. You gotta hear me.
Ow! Jump scare.
Pyramid Head from the Silent Hill franchise. I was a Pyramid Head girly before Death by Daylight even added him to the game and made him a thickie. Oh my goodness gracious. He has a whole kick factory in that game and on gosh, was tempted to get it just to see it, not gonna lie. Why do I like Pyramid Head? His design is cool. I like his helmet. I like that sword he carries around. I think it's called like a great knife or something like that. Something. Or am I mixing up some other lore with this one? I can't remember. I don't know, girl. I'm here talking about crazy men that I like, okay? Pyramid Head does not speak. Literally just a manifestation of a guy who's done wrong and this is like his conscious haunting him, right? Pyramid Head is literally just a manifestation of someone else's brain. But yet somehow he managed to gain a whole cult following of girlies who wants to nicely hold hands. So you're probably thinking, okay, he's just like Vincent. He does not talk. We barely see him. Why on earth did you get attracted to him? Like I said, his design. Have you seen his body? Is maybe covered in blood and whatever weird stuff on it, but I'm sure you clean him up, he would be super cute. I know some Pyramid Head haters are gonna be like, have you seen under his helmet? It's not that cute. I don't care. You know what? If one day I walk outside and it's suddenly foggy and I find myself in Silent Hill, I'm not running away from Pyramid Head. I'm going to approach him. He will kill me, but at least I tried my shot. Don't knock it before you try it. Who knows? Maybe Pyramid Head will be like, you know what? She kind of fly. I guess I could roll with her. Listen, let me have my fan fiction, all right? Pyramid Head does not exist. I can do whatever the heck I want. This is my fan fiction world and you're just living in it. I was talking about this a few times with my friends. I was showing her like a bunch of pictures of guys that I think of entities or guys. Because Pyramid Head is not necessarily a guy. He's like a just entity, right? It's complicated. Go and watch some Silent Hill lore video if you want to understand. And I showed her Pyramid Head. She's like, you will die. Like, why you say so? The fan fictions tell me otherwise. She's like, girl, that helmet on his head, you're gonna die. I was like, yeah, how do you know? You don't know if it's heavy or not. Like, girl, it's made of metal. I will die. all of the Pyramid Head fangirls, I want y'all to comment down in the comment section below. If you were to appear in Silent Hill and he showed up, what would you do? A, run away. B, flirt. Or C, flirt and then run away. Or D, marriage. Leave your comment down below. I'll be waiting because I know my answer. I'm shooting my shot and marriage. Yes, you can choose multiple if you already chosen one. You can't edit your comment. You can't. Revoke. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm going to be condoned for this video.
Young goat. Where were we?
Lord Shen. Up. I don't want to hear, oh my gosh, you're a furry. Listen, y'all are the same people who like to point hands and say, oh my gosh, you're a furry. What's wrong with that? You looked at Nick Wilde from Zootopia and you said, oh, he's hot. You looked at that one wolf character from The Bad Guys and say, oh, he's hot. So what's wrong with me liking Lord Shen from Kung Fu Panda? Besides all the war crimes he's committed. That's right, you're a hypocrite. And I'm not scared to call you out. Lord Shen, one of the greatest villains in the Kung Fu Panda universe. He's terrifying as well as very pathetic and cowardly. Here's the bit of a spoiler from Kung Fu Panda 2. Lord Shen is basically the reason why Po is an orphan. Tried to wipe out an entire village of pandas because he had a prophecy saying that a panda was going to end him. He wanted to stop that destiny from happening, so he committed a genocide to wipe out the entire populations of panda. But he still took a fat L at the end. He got defeated by the same enemy that he tried to erase from Earth. When I first saw Kung Fu Panda in the movies, he stuck with me, right? I've been a Lord Shen guy and girl from day one, even when I was younger and could not understand my feelings. It's like, ooh, I don't know why, but I like Lord Shen. Now when I go movies, my parents will be looking at me like, so what feelings are you going to have for this villains, huh? It's not for all villains, all right? There's just this specific kind that I like. Ones that are very charismatic, who grabs your attention when they're on screen. Not the villains who are like, oh, meek, I have a sad backstory. I want the ones that are just ruthless for no reason, right? I love those. And Lord Shen is one of that. I love the way he speaks. The voice actor did a great job. Upset. Let me go on a bit of a tangent here. I am upset. When I went and see Kung Fu Panda 4, and what's his name? The first guy from the first movie showed up. I was like, oh, are they going to bring back all of the villain characters? So that means I'm going to see my boo Lord Shen show up? He's going to come back? Lord Shen shows up for a few seconds and he never gets a single line in that movie. Pissed. I was pissed off. I was like, how dare you bait me into coming to watch this half-baked movie and just to have my boo not speak a single word. I was so peeved. Oh my god. Let me not talk about Kung Fu Panda 4, right? It doesn't deserve no more attention. It was boring, forgettable. You know what? I give this studio a chance to remake that entire movie. I want them to revoke it, rework on it, and make it as good. Now, girl, what is it about Lord Shen that I like? First of all, I like peacocks. I mean, have you seen the way they slay around the world? These are the type of men that women want, and men just don't want to give us that. His fighting move, I love it. The way how his feathers would just whip out, slash out his tail. Oh, masterpiece. I adored Lord Shen. I love the color red on any villain character. I just like the color red, and they use it so well to make him look so menacing. Throughout the movie, we see some aspects of Lord Shen. Besides him being a genocidal maniac, we see that he is also very much a spoiled brat. Parents, you did not do a good job. Like, OMG, you raised a tyrant. He needs to have things done now. It needs to get done now. I have no patience. It has to happen now. He's that had that spoiled brat energy. You know, all of the people who are like, I can handle brats. I'm not one of those people. I don't know where I'm going with this, girl. One thing I love about fandoms when it comes to like animals or any sort of non-human looking characters is that artists, me, not really me, but me. I'm an artist. There are some artists who would like to draw characters in human form to see what they would look like if they were human. Lord Shen, when you search up his human form, you got the typical pretty boy, smooth face, all pretty and pretty. To me, Lord Shen is an old man. To me, in my canon universe, because I did not do any research, I get what information I have taken from the movie. To me, Lord Shen is probably in his 40s or 50s. That's the age range I have him. He's pretty old because Poe was a baby when Homeboy was doing his maniacal was doing his maniac propaganda. What? Homie was an adult when he went on his tirade. Poe was still a baby, so he's definitely old. And all of these people like to draw Lord Shen as this young-looking man. There is this one artist, and that's the only Lord Shen that I will accept in human form. Look at it. Look at it. Tell me that it's not beautiful. Tell me that this is not the vision you see Lord Shen in. That is my Lord Shen. Hashtag not my Roderick. Hashtag not my Lord Shen. Hashtag this is my Lord Shen. All right. I love this design. I adore this design. I love the fact that he has lines to show that he has been around, to show maybe even some scars on his body. Not only does Lord Shen sit back, he also goes into the field. He will attack. So likely he got hurt. So he's gonna have some scars. He's gonna have show some wrinkles around because homie was stressed that he's gonna die by a panda. What a shameful way to go. Have y'all seen these YouTube videos of pandas? How on earth did they survive the wild is beyond me, bro. I'm pretty sure even panda specialists are like, how did these homies even survive without us being around? Yo, that's impressive. So if pandas can survive, you can survive. High five, girl. I don't know where I was going with that again, okay? Anyone who ever wants to make him human, take example of this. Take and count his age. Take and count the things that he's went through. So he's gonna have some stress lines on him. And take and count that he has been into battle. He's not gonna be the clean, smooth, pretty faced boy you see y'all like to draw. Go out of your range and study some new faces, girl. And make him pretty still. I still want him to be a hot boy. Like, he's hot, all right, all right. Even in his old age and his very terrible ways, I still find him hot. Not me begging for free fan art of a character that I truly do love and adore. On a scale of 1 to 10, how unhinged is Lord Shen? This man is crazy, but he's the most normal one out of everybody else. I'm sure if his parents had raised him right, or he thought to himself, hey, wait a minute, all the things that I'm doing, it most likely will lead to my demise, so I should not do that. He's not that unhinged. I know, crazy. He's a genocidal maniac, so he should be very unhinged. He's not that unhinged. I would say on the unhinged level, he's like in the between like a 5 or a 4. That's the lowest he can go. He's crazy, but not crazy. I hope I explained that right. I'm not sure, girl. I'm not good with words, as you could probably tell by now. I'm doing what I can, okay? All right. So that is all the bad guys that I have a crush on. But before I end this video, I wanted to give an honorable mention to all of my crushes that I have, but did not think that they fit into the category of what I was talking about today. First up, Astarion. Just by saying his name, you should know that I'm an Astarion girl. Every time, just mentioning him, just seeing him, I am all blushy and all giggly. I'm such a little high school girl. Astarion is not necessarily evil. Now, the thing is, I can't really judge Astarion's character. I can only go by clips of what I've seen online and videos that I've watched on the gameplay. I cannot afford to play Baldur's Gate 3 right now. If I do, I will quit my job and never leave the house ever. Depend on the choices you make with him. He's not necessarily an evil character. I am going by what I saw on clips. Don't fight with me. Don't fight with me. Because I know the spawn Astarion girls and the ascended Astarion girls, y'all are at each other's throats for no reason, dog. I'm going to remind you, it's a game. It is not that serious, homegirl. Calm down. Astarion is not necessarily the bad guy, but he is kind of evil aligned, right? Or should I say he's like a neutral evil aligned guy? Does that make sense? I know nothing about Dungeons and Dragons. This character from Tokyo Ghoul, I cannot say her name and I do not want to be labeled as something that I am not, so I will not even try. Oh, girl, lesbian, bisexual? No, I am painfully straight. When I was younger and I was watching Tokyo Ghoul, I loved this character. The only problem is she was a girl. My painfully straight self went up and looked for fan fiction where she is gender bent into a guy. So I cannot count her as an evil dude. She's evil, but she's not a guy. She's evil, but she has a pouch. 2P Hitalia. Now I'm saying in general because when I was in Hitalia fandom, I did not have a single favorite. I used to hop every week with each of the guys. If you guys don't know what 2P Hitalia is, it's the dark version of the Hitalia boys. That's literally it. It's the dark version. I'm not sure if it's even canon. I think it's just a fandom thing where edgelords like me wanted some dark guys, so we created them ourselves before the creator. I am not sure. I haven't been in the Hitalia fandom in a decade, girl. I can't remember anything. The fact that I even remember 2P Hitalia is crazy. If you guys were in the Hitalia fandom back in the day, I'm so sorry for awakening that side of you, girl. I know that fandom was something else. You just had to be there. And if you were a 2P fangirl, you had to be there. The fandom was unhinged. The fan fiction for 2P Italia, oh my goodness, girl. Louis and Lestat from the Vampire Chronicles. Listen, Louis and Lestat are not necessarily bad guys. They're vampires trying to survive in the world. So you're probably saying, girl, how are they villains? Louis, he's my favorite character in the story, okay? I love a sad boy. I love a rich, sad boy. And Louis is the embodiment of that. He's rich and he's sad. And I like that. But what makes him a villain to me is that he was a slave owner. I know all of my black girlies just had a visceral reaction. Y'all are gonna be like, girl, your ancestors. You're betraying your ancestors for falling in love with a slave owner. I know. I hate myself for it too. I reread the books and I'm like, I cannot believe that I love Louis when he self treated our people like dirt. And don't say, oh, but Louis. Listen, you own slaves, you're automatically a bad person. The fact that you were willing enough to see people with different skin tone, slaves, automatically a bad person. Louis is not good. And don't say, but oh, when he turned into a vampire. Literally after Louis turned into a vampire is when he sorta see their humanity. Sorta. So that makes him a villain in my book. Lestat. Okay, Lestat would have definitely called me the N-word, okay? No one can change my mind. Lestat will call me The N-word. He reeks of racism. Listen, you have blonde hair, you have blue eyes, racist. Not at you. You're okay. I like you. You're the only one I accept. But everybody else, look at me and tell me that Lestat isn't the type of dude to call you the N-word with the hardest R you've ever heard in your entire life. A man back in colonial France, you must be out of your mind. This dude was saying it every day like it was probably his second language. I do not care. Lestat, villain in my book, because in this fan fiction head of mine, Lestat is a villain and he probably is a hard racist. And listen, once again, I adore both of these characters. I love them. You see my character AI chat of them, I will never show you that girl. You've made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and comment down below if you're a hero girl or a villain girl. Please tell me of your fictional crushes in your comment. I would really love to know. I'm nosy, so you gotta tell me. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in my next upload. Bye-bye.